6TR, the bright side of Staffordshire.
Ariana Grande there. One last time, it's 6TR for Friday afternoon. I said we got some special guests today, and they kindly joined us on this warm Friday afternoon. We got John Williams. Hello, John.
Hello.
And some of the cast and crew from Crispy's Curse. So can you introduce them for me?
Yeah, sure. To my right, I've got Wes Martin. Wes plays the character of
Detective
Pope
yeah.
in Crispy's Curse. And next to Wes is Jonathan Watkins. Jonathan, you were in the film, weren't you?
Yep.
Yeah,
I appeared briefly in the film, but
yeah,
I made lots of creepy sounds, which John's been able to turn into the soundtrack and the score.
Yeah, you had to ask him if he was in the film because there's that many people in this film.
Yeah, there was a scene. I think you were in that scene,
yeah.
weren't you, Terry? So I sort of lost track who was actually in the film, which was interesting with the
We've
credits.
all got internet movie database pages now, even though I'm only on for 3 seconds. That's it, you know what I mean? I want me to trail it.
Yeah, you are.
But seriously, John, it's a great thing you do. I know you've been on the show before, but this is the third film that you've made of this genre, horror genre. And it's out officially this year. So tell us about the premiere.
The premiere is going to be on the 12th of August of this year. It's going to be at the Mitchell Memorial Theatre in Hanley. So tickets went on sale, I think, not yesterday, the day before. So yeah, they're selling really well.
Yeah.
So about 100 so far.
So it will be a sellout.
Oh, it'll be a sellout. Yeah, it's just a matter of when. So if anybody wants a ticket, contact myself through my Facebook group, which is John Williams, filmmaker. I hate that name. So I'm just stuck with it now.
Yeah, but you are a filmmaker, you know.
Yeah,
pie maker. You get confused if they started searching for that guy.
He just sounds really conceited, John Williams, filmmaker. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so either through there or there's various places selling the tickets as well. The Oddity box in Hartshill, or the Rigger in Newcastle, the Rigger Rock venue. They're selling the tickets as well. So.
Okay.
So if you want to get one, get one.
Let's have a chat to Wes. Hello there, Wes.
How you doing, mate?
So I'm good, thank you. How did you get involved with John, first of all?
Well, I was doing a stage performance, and one of the cast members from there, Darren, he was in the Slayers, and he said, "Oh, John's, he's got a new film that he's planning on shooting. He's holding some auditions. You should go along." And I was like, maybe. And I went along and did something. He liked it, I suppose, and then sent me the script over. I read it through and thought, bloody hell, it's a big part. Well, yeah, okay, let's go for it. And So
I remember when you was releasing some of the cast members online, because you got a good way of doing it. You're telling people who are in the film, because you've had some great people in all your films, haven't you?
Yeah.
Let me talk about some of the guests for the people who haven't seen The Mother Town. First of all, Nick Hancock was in The Mother Town.
Yeah.
As well as the local cast. And when that film was made, when was that now?
2015. Well, towards the end of 2014 into 2015.
Yeah, so it was made. I can remember the zombies. We talked about this before, but the amount of zombies that were in Burzum.
There
was hundreds of zombies in Burzum. No more than a normal Friday, but we were watching the people dress. It was amazing to see. And like I say, you got people like Nick Hancock in that, and then in the second one, in the Slayers film, you had George Newton. From This Is England, and
Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall was in there, so quite a good cast there, and the local guy as well. You know what I mean? Great cast, and Pete as well.
Pete Bennett, Pete was in. Well, he's been in all three.
He's been in all of them, yeah.
Yeah, he's been in all
and
three.
He's in this one as well.
Yeah, he's got a bigger part in this one. There's actually a link for this one and the Mother Town as regards to Pete Bennett, as you'll see when you see the film.
Yeah.
So obviously Pete played a reporter in the Mother Town from down south. So he had him like trying oat cakes and things like that, and going into pot banks that he was obviously thinking that's where they grew weed and Stoke. Little things like little cultural sort of differences. But yeah, he's played a similar part in Crispy's Curse. Yeah,
because a lot of people remember him obviously from Big Brother, but he has done some horror films and some films before that. And after, and you've got him again to play this character, and Yeah, I've been watching how excited he is about it because he loves you, he loves the projects and everything like that. So he'll be up here for the premiere and
definitely, yeah.
And there's also a very famous medium. I'm a large myself, but there's a guy who was a really famous medium, Derek and Cora.
Yeah, Derek. Derek's in the film.
I know, and I've met Derek. We recorded something at the Victoria Hall with Derek for the show. And obviously his wife looks after a lot of his business,
Gwen,
and she's very particular about what he says, and she's always watching him, make sure, because he gets tripped up a lot by media and things like that.
Yeah.
So did you have that with him, or was he just lovely?
No, I mean at first I was speaking to Kevin. Kevin's sort of his manager, and Kevin's a nice guy. And eventually, I spoke to Derek. We went up his house actually near Liverpool. And at first he was obviously very cagey, because he didn't know us
exactly
who we were. But he was a really nice guy. Obviously, start talking about football and things like that, and that was it. We couldn't get away because he obviously was signed up for Liverpool and things like that. He's a big Liverpool fan, so he was a really nice guy. But obviously, with the film, it's got like a paranormal sort of undertone to it. It's about it's effectively about ghost hunting, basically, and there's a group called the Spirit Hunters International Team who sort of go and search for this ghostly clown. But Derek's in the film.
Let's talk to Jonathan. So how did you get involved with Crispy Curse, Jonathan?
Well, I've known John since the Mother Town because those hundreds of zombies that you were referring to. I was one of those. I was a blind zombie being led by my guide dog, and I managed to appear for about 3 seconds in the Mother Town, I think. And I just got speaking to John. I'm a local musician, call myself a sound sculptor, and I just said, look, if you ever need anything. And we just stayed in touch. I was doing a radio show at the time, and I interviewed John, and we just became friends. I just kept pitching my offer to him, said, look, if you need sound, I can do sound. And I proved myself, hopefully. I gave him a load of material for this, and he says he's used some of it. Don't know whether to believe him or not.
Yeah, about 1.5 seconds.
It's on the trailer as well, isn't it?
I scored the bouncy, jaunty music that you have on the trailer.
Awesome.
And I used lots of creepy toys and circuit bent clowns and dolls to make the sounds that I've used. So
actually, the first time I think I saw John, we were doing, there was like about 600, 700 zombies around Bears on the day, and somebody came up to me and said, there's a guy, I think a blind guy with a blind dog. Well, the dog's not blind, but you know what I mean. Walking in, I think he's trying to get through. He's trying to get through the crowds, but I think he's hurt. He's got blood on him. I was like, oh no. So I went round, but John had already done his own makeup, I think. But the dog's got blood on him as well, so he basically being a zombie with his dog. So that was pretty funny. It was a big relief as well, because I thought.
I want to talk a little bit about the making of the film. So last year, you obviously had the idea before that. And then obviously it's about budgets and getting people together. So it's quite an arduous task, isn't it, from day one?
Yeah. So I mean, the writing process, that's easy. Do that. The audition process, that's fun. It's easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy. It's more fun. That's probably my favourite part of doing the whole process. Then the fun.
It's like Phoenix Nights, is it?
Yeah,
Back room of a pub.
Oh yeah, some of it's amazing.
Yeah. You had to film that.
Yeah, I can't say too much about it all. I did film it actually, and I did like a little mini film with all the words linked together. Yeah, I'll send it later. It's quite
okay,
fun.
Cool.
So that's a fun process, and obviously the fundraising not so fun.
Yeah,
it's difficult because obviously the cost of this film was £15,000, so it's not the kind of stuff you can find around the back of your settee. No. So it was a case of fundraising, doing different things. I did a walk from Middleport Pottery to Leek, the Hollybush in Denford actually, via the canal, which is like a 24-mile round walk sort of thing through there and back. So that was quite hard. So I raised a bit of money doing that. Obviously the generosity of people. Obviously got executive producers involved, which is the I Do Bridal Shop, which is next door. Yeah. Excuse me.
She was in the Mother Town as well, wasn't she, Julia?
Yeah, she was as a bride.
James Bates.
Bates as well, friend of Wesley's.
Yeah.
And Lisa Hollins. So yeah, without the generosity of these people, then which wouldn't be possible.
I'd say I was in one scene in the film. It was filmed at the Freebird, and the people, they wait around for hours, they're so helpful and they all get involved, and you get a lot of that, John, I think, because as you've evolved into the third project, I think people have seen how successful the other two have been and want to be involved as well. But obviously the money aspect is more difficult, because there's things that you can't get for free. You can get a location for free, you can get the actors for free, and but there's some things you have to pay for, and you have to pay a lot of money for.
I mean, ideally you'd pay for everything. Obviously the actors are given their time for free effectively, and it's it shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately it is at the scale at the moment. But locations as well, generally you get them for free, obviously free publicity for the location, but it's things like props obviously cost money, then obviously the equipment that you use, because obviously we're not filming the whole thing on a phone, it's proper professional camera equipment, sound, it all costs money, and obviously the special effects as well. At one time I would have just done it myself, I
love watching some of the special effects being done, like, because there's a chainsaw involved. I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but seeing some of the things being cut, and a lot of blood was used, a lot of fake blood, not real blood by the way, a lot of fake blood was used.
Or was it?
And or was it? Don't tell me that now, by my mouth.
Quick trip to the abattoir in the morning, filming in the afternoon.
But seriously, how much fake blood is used on a production like that?
That's quite a lot.
No,
we didn't really measure the amount, but there was a lot. Litres. Quite litres, gallons.
You needed to have the blood monkey here. She would have been able to tell you.
There's a lot anyway.
But I can remember the scene I'm talking about. People say more blood. They need more blood. And they did. It really, like I say, it was great to watch. I can't wait to actually see how it's all put together. Soundtrack wise, I know Jonathan's been working with the sound wise. Soundtrack. Who's involved in this time?
Well, the film basically follows a Christian heavy metal band called Messiah Fist. As you've seen, and it follows their sort of antics. They were very sort of, what's the word? Quite naive. Obviously, they're all Christians, but a lot of things happen to them, as you'll see when you see the film. I thought it'd be good if they were an actual band, so I got them recording. Max, who plays Max in the film. He's actually a singer anyway, and you've got Jonathan Parsons.
Used to be presenter, JP.
That's right.
He's lost a lot of weight, Jonathan.
It's
a good job. It's a good job you filmed it in 6 months, because, well, he was
in the Slayers as well as a telepathic vampire. And he's a rat poker on that one. Well, you look at him on this one. He's a great guitarist. So I thought we'll just make the band around them sort of thing. So we recorded 4 songs. And then they'll just be available on EP soon, and obviously it's part of the soundtrack of the film as well. So it's very homegrown sort of thing.
So obviously the film's ready now. Is it actually finished? Have you seen the
I haven't properly seen it all. I've seen various sort of versions of it, but obviously got visual effects overlaid, soundtrack overlaid, colour grading, things like that. So I haven't really seen the proper full version of it yet. But I will very soon. But
how do you watch it then? So you've seen the other two, obviously, on your own. Do you just sit down, popcorn, do you watch it like that? Or are you very critical, you're sitting there scratching your head?
It was difficult, but I can sort of revert back to the Slayers when that happened. When I first got it, I was pretty much hiding behind the settee watching it. Not because it was scary, because it was what have I done wrong sort of thing. You're very, very critical. And I wasn't really watching it like a film, like I would watch any other film, how it runs and everything. You're just looking for mistakes, you're looking for delivery and dialogue, you're looking for everything but after about 3 watches, once I realised everything was sort of okay, I could watch it as a film. So I think that's what I'll do on this one. I'll watch it a few times and look for anything that's wrong with the film. Which just shouldn't be at this stage, but you never know.
Well, I remember getting you in to talk about the Mother Town. You said you weren't happy about some of the sound on some of the parts, and I never noticed. I heard it all. You know what I mean? But obviously, again, that's the critical ear or the critical eye.
Well, the problem with the Mother Town was it was all. Well, most of it was filmed with sound equipment, a mic and things like that. But then the sound guy that was involved lost all of the sound files. So pretty much the whole film was with camcorder sound, and
Yeah, but that adds to it a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sticking up for you, John. It's a great film. And, some of the reviews and you've been up for awards and all sorts. Again, it's been quite a magical journey for you, hasn't it, John?
Yeah, I mean, I've got, obviously, an award for the Mother Town. Then the Slayers, sort of played at I think 17 film festivals. It's still playing now all around the world. London, Italy, obviously America.
Has it been dubbed?
Dubbed, amazingly not now. But yeah, Americans seem to get it. They played out in packed audiences in America. Come second in the Los Angeles Cine Film Festival as well. So he's done really well, and it's still playing. It's going to be playing at horror conventions, Birmingham and Liverpool horror conventions as well. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's still doing the rounds.
Oh, cool. Let's talk to Wes again. And he's sitting there.
Hello.
Hello, Wes. So let's talk about you as an actor. So have you got anything else you're working on at the moment?
Not really. I mean, I've been doing a lot of voiceovers and things like that.
I can tell you got a great voice.
Yeah, it's this more character voice. I did bits for. Do you remember Kit from Knight Rider?
Yeah.
Did a computer game for that, and did a few live performances.
Was that when David Hasselhoff?
Yeah, yeah.
What, do you do the voice of Kit? Hi, Michael.
Hello, Michael. I am the Night Industries 2000. KITT for easy reference. Kit if you prefer. So yeah, it was all that kind of rubbish. And but yeah, there was we did one in Liverpool with John Cleese and David Hasselhoff, and then he came in. Kit come in with David Hasselhoff, and John Cleese was there hitting him with a branch and stuff. Yeah, it was very surreal.
Surreal, yeah, very surreal.
Yeah. When I got the script, I thought, what's this? But it worked. It was a live performance.
Go for it. Yeah.
And so I think we're going to be doing another stage performance of the Bouncers as well, again. So that I love doing sort of the stage stuff. That's quite intense and pretty scary as well. So this was again a different experience, working with John, where you could look at your script again, going, oh yeah, I could do that better.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to seeing the finished product?
Yeah, I am. It's definitely a fun character to play. It's really.
Will everyone see it on the night? And you're not going to let anyone see it before?
No.
Yeah. So
I prefer to do it that way. I know the tradition is to sort of have a casting crew, private showing. I think I always thought it'd be much nicer if it's a public showing. You get 300 plus people in there, and everybody sees it together. So everybody just anticipating it, and especially the cast who've got no idea what the film's going to be like. They've only seen their scenes filmed, So I like the anticipation of the whole thing. Yeah, I prefer it that way.
Yeah, I was one of the reviewers of the Slayers, as you remember, and I couldn't make it to the premiere because I was working, and so I got to review it a couple of days later. I think it was the day or the day after the actual premiere. Yeah. So I watched it on my own, but I was wishing I was there watching it with everyone else. So there will be this time. I'm definitely going to be there. Jonathan, quickly as well on the end, let's talk about you and your music, because you mentioned earlier you had a gig last night. So let's talk a little bit about yourself, what you do.
Okay, lots of things. I'm in a band called Flesh Eating Foundation, first and foremost.
Are they a pop band?
A few tracks. Radio friendly, very radio friendly. We had a few tracks on the Mother Town soundtrack as well. I run a micro label which releases cassettes and CDs for underground bands. A little bit of a filmmaker myself. I'm a DJ. I basically just do anything I get the opportunity to do, just for the pure love of it. So I don't know what else I can say really. I like making noise. I like making my own homemade instruments out of scrap metal and electronics and dolls and clowns and anything a bit freaky. People are scared to come around my house because it's just full of so much
Sounds brilliant.
So that's me.
That's you in a nutshell. Well, guys, thank you very much for coming down. Like I say, August the 12th is the premiere night. You can get tickets from all those places. We'll list them again right now for you. You can get from the Rigger, from
the
Oddity Box, Darren's place, in Hartshill. And from John yourself, message him. And like I say, there's still a few left. Well, thank you guys. We look forward to it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.